Alright, here's our boy Nipsey. Say hi, Nipsey. He's not going to turn around and say hi. Well, he said it. I heard him whisper in my ear. Alright. What we're going to pay attention to today is substrate. Now, I'm not the most knowledgeable when it comes to experience with substrate, and the only reason I say that is because we've used paper towels and we've used Repi carpet. But don't get me wrong, I've done my fair share of research on the topic because it's definitely one of those topics that nobody seems to be able to come to an agreement on. Really, it's I'll be honest with you, it's one of those topics that I've come to understand. Each type of substrate that's out there, which there's endless, not really endless, but there's an immense amount of options that you have when it comes to what you're going to use for the flooring of your bedroom, your beauty's tank. Now, each type of substrate, it's going to have its pros and its cons, and that's really what needs to be understood, because it's going to be, it's going to come down to what works best for you when you're dragging. Of course, mostly you're dragging, but if something's becoming too costly, when there's more options out there available, and you can pick and choose accordingly. Now, we've been using paper towels, and what we're going to do is we're going to change the tile. Where are you going, Nips? Back to it. Now we're going to use tile. Now, not ceramic tile, but we're going to use like a linoleum tile, and we chose to do that. Now, in between now and using the paper towel this whole time, we have tried Repi carpet. We're not against Repi carpet, but I will say that if you buy Repi carpet, at least get 2 panels for your, if you have a solid sheet, for instance, I'd say get 2. And the reason being is that when, your dragon soles it, that you can go ahead and take it out and you can, wash it, do what needs to be done, and put the other one down. That gives it time to dry and all. Now, with the Repi carpet, you could buy 2, and then, you sit on it. Paper towels, you're going to have to continue to buy. That's, I guess, a con for the paper towels and a pro for the Repi carpet, which I guess in the long run, over a period of time, will end up being more expensive. I'm just saying. Anyway, the tile, we don't have to worry about that. It's more of just a wipe and go type of thing. And but what we chose to do, I'll show you. We chose to go with a linoleum. I guess this is linoleum. It's real soft on the back. This isn't what it is. This is the back of it. I'll show you it when you'll see it here in a minute. The reason why we got so much is we didn't want to go with the tiles, the linoleum tiles, and the reason being is the only ones we could find had the adhesive on it. Now, for those that use the tile with the adhesive, do your thing. I'm not knocking it. There is a recommendation from many that say don't use the adhesive tiles because the adhesive from the heat in the tank could create fumes. Now, kind of goes along with the same reason I don't use sand. There's a lot of people that use sand. Do your research. I guess there's a right way and there's right sand to use and that type of stuff. I'm not sure. I can't recommend or suggest any of that because we just choose not to use it. I feel like if there's so many options out there, there's no reason to really, have to make that a concern. We didn't want to use that. So when it came to this type of linoleum, it came in big rolls. The minimum length that they would cut it was, I think, 12 feet. Basically, we need the flooring to be 36 by 18. I just used the smaller end, the 18-inch, and just took it 12 feet across. Now, it's not a bad thing because, in all honesty, I can get basically 4 sheets. Thing is that we didn't intend to go and spend, I think it came to almost $30 for this roll. Whereas if we were to buy the tile, we could have just bought what would fit and it'd be a lot less. We didn't want to use the adhesive, so we went ahead and spent that little bit of extra money. Now, I've got to get to cutting this thing. What do you say about that, Nips? You want to get to cutting it? Alright, so this is the pattern we had gone with. Now we really like the way it looks, but what else was real cool about this is it wasn't completely slick. You know, it's not completely flat. The wood grain pattern actually goes in into the tile, so it provides them a way to grip onto it. So that's real nice. We didn't want them slipping and sliding in his tank. So it's time for me to go find something to measure and cut. I had to go and get a pen, and he seems to like it, or at least he doesn't seem to hate it. How's Nipsey doing? You like your new flooring? You don't even know it's gonna be your new flooring yet, do you? Alright, one last look at what the tank looks like now. Not all that jazzy, but not that bad. But we're gonna get this tired looking paper towels out of here. Finally. Well, I'm gonna get to taking out all this stuff now. Alright. Saying goodbye to the paper towels. We find an escapee. Let me make sure that that's the only one. Come here, buddy. We got vinegar water here. Since we just swept his tank, now it's time to give it a good mop with vinegar water. Alright, now it's nice and clean. Most of the white little specks you see are dust up under the tank now. Wow, okay. Well, now as you can see, there needs to be a significant amount cut off. Alright, so we got it cut and it fits good and it looks good, other than the two sort of different types of background and flooring. But we're getting creative here, alright? And I hate to disappoint people, but you know, Bearded Dragon's understanding, you know, and perception of things and associations and all that stuff is probably a lot different than what we want to believe or romanticize the idea into. But I'm not knocking it. Continue to romanticize. But I believe that Nipsey's going to like this. And I doubt he's going to know the difference or get in it and say, well, what's the rock doing with the wood floor paneling? So let's get to filling this tank back up. Nipsey loves this plant. This is his favorite plant. He'll go behind it, and this he uses sometimes over his hide as sort of a cooler spot, I guess, over on his warm side. So I try to make it so he can get behind it and kind of cool down back there. And I also leave a little tip of his hide, or his basking rock, covered with a little leaf that hangs over. For some reason he likes to sometimes change position over to that side and kind of hang under that leaf. Now I'm going ahead, as you can see I did over here too, I'm going to go ahead and put the lining I had that fills in where the wires go, since we weren't using it, and so the bugs can't climb up there and go up under there, the ones that we miss. With these holes not covered, as you can see with this mirror back here, it's easy. It can, where the wires go down, and then there's also a tunnel that goes all the way on the bottom and then comes back up on that side. And we would have crickets, you know, going up and down there. Even though we don't use crickets all that much anymore, only to switch it up, it you know, it just helps. You know, it's not so much that they'll come out up here because they have a little slide lever that covers it. But yeah, it's just that back tunnel. Alright, well, here's Nipsey's new setup, or at least the flooring. Come here, baby. I would put you up on your heat thing, but I want to see how you react to the, well, I'll put you up there and then see what you do. So you kind of chilly a little bit. Your belly a little cool. You can get a good look at it first, kind of digest it, and then we'll see how you react. How about that? Huh? Yep, see it?